Mercedes and this is Gracie, and today we are making some super cute, super fun, super delicious chocolate and vanilla covered Halloween pretzel sticks, and they are so fun and so cute with their little spider ring decoration wrapped around them. And they're really fun and easy and delicious to make. So what you'll need are some pretzel sticks. You'll also need some Candy Quick chocolate and vanilla candy coating. You'll need some sprinkles, all different kinds is great. I love to use toffee, so we're going to be using some toffee. And I also love chopped up peanuts. You'll need a couple of tall glasses, and I like to keep my candy coating warm in a warm crock pot, that way it doesn't harden while I'm working. You'll need some paper plates, some pretzel bags, some ribbon, and of course your little spider decoration rings. So what you'll do is melt your candy coating in the microwave according to the package directions. Whatever you do, don't let any water get inside of there. It'll totally ruin your candy coating. Don't do that. Bad deal. If you need to thin it out, don't put water or milk in it. Put in some shortening if you need to thin it out. You're going to take your paper plates, and what I like to do is put my heavy candy, like my toffee, on the plate in the same shape of the pretzel and a nice long line here, because when I dip the pretzel, I'm going to lay it right on the line here so it can coat the bottom of it. You don't necessarily need to do that with sprinkles or sugar because that's pretty light, but for the heavier ones, put them on the plate first. And I like to use a different plate for each one of the different coatings, that way they don't get all mixed up into each other. So I will use some of these black and orange sprinkles. So what you'll need to do after you get all of your toppings on their designated plates, you'll take your pretzel rod, and what I usually like to do is take this out of the crock pot where it's been warming and lay it on its side. It's a lot easier to coat the pretzel with this laying on its side. So you lay it on its side and you'll get the chocolate down to the end of your glass. Take your pretzel rod and you just kind of lightly put it in the chocolate. Here's the key. Let the excess drip off. And if you have to, you just kind of twirl it around for a couple of minutes and get that excess off. Because if you don't get it off, it's going to clump together and you're going to have an ugly pretzel rod. Believe me, I went through a lot of ugly ones before I got these super cute ones over here. So learn from my mistakes. So now that I've got all the excess dripped off, I'm going to take my toffee and chocolate and I'm just going to lay it right in there. Right in there. And then I'm going to scoop some of the excess onto the sides and get it to stick to the side and pour some other stuff right here on top. So the whole thing is coated. And then I'm going to set it down. I'm not going to touch it for at least 5 minutes. Don't touch it. Don't do it. And I'm going to take my next pretzel rod and I'm going to lightly place it in my glass on the side and twist it. And then let that excess drip off. And I think for this one, I will use some sprinkles. And what I like to do with these fabulous little sprinkles is sprinkle it over the tops and the sides. And then when you set the pretzel down, I like to set the end of the pretzel on one end and then let the other side rest on the lip of the plate. That way only the tip of the pretzel has that little mark in it where it's obviously been sitting somewhere. And just kind of let it sit and dry that way. And you can coat it with as many sprinkles or as few sprinkles as you'd like. And then you can also, fabulous idea, take another one of your pretzels. And you can use, obviously, vanilla in the same way that you use chocolate. But sometimes I like to put vanilla swirls on my chocolate-covered pretzels. So I'm going to make sure I get all that excess off there. Oh yeah, got to do that. Otherwise you end up with ugly pretzels. And so I'm going to make sure the tip is on the bottom of the plate, and then the end of the pretzel that doesn't have the chocolate is on the edge of the plate. So it's kind of sitting on an angle. And again, that's the way that you can make sure that your pretzel doesn't have a big flat line in it from laying down. So I'm just going to put it here on there and then put this on the lip. You can see most of my pretzel is off the plate except for the bottom there. So I'm just going to let that maybe set for a minute or so. And then I'm going to take this fabulous long spoon I have, and you can use a knife or any other kind of spoon. And I'm going to take my vanilla, and you're going to want to make sure to get most of it off so you can see it dripping. And you just want it to drip a little bit, otherwise you're going to end up with too much vanilla on your little pretzel. And then you'll just take your vanilla drippings and just kind of go back and forth, and you'll have a cute little vanilla swirl on your chocolate. And of course, you can put some cute little sprinkles on here. I would recommend staying away from the heavy sprinkles. Like some of these, or the heavy candy that's in the sprinkles. Some of the candy's meant for cupcakes, and it just doesn't, it's too heavy. Too heavy for these pretzel rods. I had this super cute pretzel with the eyes on it. Put the eyes on there while it was still wet. The eyes were too heavy, and they rolled all the way to the side. It's kind of creepy looking. Probably would have been perfect for Halloween. But anyway, I hope that you try these super delicious, super fabulous, very fun, decorated, chocolate-covered pretzels for Halloween.